a lot of people got to see that game, and it was just a great way to start this 2 out of 3.
What was the plan there on that final that bat? What were you saying?
Basically, in my head, I was just thinking keep it simple the whole time while I was in the dugout out there, and I was seeing the ball really well. And I saw that pitch I was looking for, and I just turned on it and crushed it.
What was it? What was the pitch? What were you looking for?
Just kind of right there. I was looking right there at the hip, and she left it for me. I was seeing it down, and it was there.
I think your at bat to start game was 12 pitches, just kind of battling. What was your feeling in the box that you were going through that?
I agree with Demi. I was just trying to keep it simple. You know, when it's a tied ball game, it's basically the first inning 0-0, and I wasn't trying to think, well, it's the bottom of the 8th, 1-1. I was just thinking first inning, do what you can do, pass it down to the next hitter.
And you've obviously had a tough season. You know, it's been pretty much all the season on the bench with your injury. I guess what was the emotions like when you got your teammates there at first base and coming through in a situation where bases loaded, just exciting?
Oh, it was awesome. I mean, this whole time they've been picking me up when I've been down about not being able to play. I feel like I haven't been given back, like, physically, but whenever I could do that physically for our team, I mean, I was just so happy.
You had to be aware that y'all had given away a few chances heading into double plays and such.
Yes, sir. I think we just have to think, like our whole team has been thinking lately, is next play, next pitch, just next. Let's get to the next one. Don't worry about what just happened. Play where your feet are and get whatever happens done.
But you know you're in the bottom of an extra inning.
Yes, sir.
Bases loaded.
Right.
Is there some I've got to come through there?
I mean, of course, that's always going through your head, but, I mean, just keep it simple, like I said. And
What's it like in a at-bat like that when you're battling the pitcher? Is it eventually become mental and kind of a toughness contest if I'm just not going to, I'm going to just keep fouling them off until you throw a bad one?
We kind of have this motto, see a little, see a lot, see nothing. So like me and Demi have said multiple times, we're just trying to keep it simple. If you start thinking about the crowd, the game, like the bottom of the 8th, you're probably not going to come through. But if you try to keep it simple and just see the ball, chances are you have a better shot. So.
But some of those you're swinging late just to foul off to stay alive, right?
Yes, sir.
Because you're not sure if the ump's which way he's going to call it.
Like Demi said, it's so what, now what? So what, next pitch? Get to the next pitch, live to see another pitch.
For me, a situation like that, you know, you had 3 straight innings where you hit into double plays, you know, with runners on and, you know, potentially score. So I guess what's going through your mind when you have, you know, bottom of the lineup and that kind of stuff going on?
Well, just hopefully we get to do it again, and then somebody will come through, because I felt like somebody was going to. We had a couple opportunities earlier in the game just to a sac fly, you know. We just didn't get the ball out of the infield. But I thought eventually somebody would come through.
What do you think about seeing Demi actually be the one to do that? She had both RBIs.
I know, yeah, that's awesome. I'm really proud of her, and you know, her timing has been really good in practice this past week. So it wasn't, you know, I knew she would be able to time her up because the kid throws really hard, and I mean she got every bit of it. So she's been doing that for probably 2 weeks now in practice.
What happened there when you visited Alexis right before the last strike? The trainer came out.
Yeah, just something on her finger. I could tell that she was kind of favoring it, and just to see, and she was okay.
What about her duty effort tonight?
It was very resilient. I mean, they had a lot of people left on base too, and she had some key strikeouts, and I know her walks were up, but several of them were intentional and kind of unintentional, intentional.
Getting that big strikeout, especially even after the hand issue.
Yeah, and you know, second and third, 2 outs, she got the kid.
Right.
So she came up big, and really, I think it was a 1 unearned run way back in the second. So just a really gutty effort by Lexi.
What was the plan as far as the walk or not walk out? You already not give her anything good, but then one time you had to pitch to her, did, right? And she flew out.
Yeah, flew out to the left, I think.
Yeah.
I mean, she's their best hitter, I think.
Right.
You know, and she leads with a lot of RBIs and a lot of home runs, and just if the situation called for it, we weren't going to let her beat us.
We got time for 1 or 2 more questions.
What do you think when you're watching an at-bat like that? Do you think there's a tipping point somewhere where,
Peyton's?
yeah, where it starts to favor the hitter a little bit?
I just thought, I mean, I didn't think she was going to go down without a fight. And you could tell as it went along. I think you can tell confident-wise when you look in their face. I mean, if I see their eyes, I can tell if it's going to be a good outcome or not a good outcome. And I could tell the way she was just seeing the ball, it was going to be a good one.
It seemed like this game, more than most, really was almost a battle of wills, and kind of for all the players. You all feel that where you're just trying to actually will yourself to kind of come through in those moments, whether it's getting a walk on 12 pitches.
I think just this team has been through a lot this whole year, and that's brought us together as a family. So when things go wrong, everyone has each other's back. And so, like when we're in that situation, you could hear the dugout, and when you hear your teammates right behind you from the dugout, like there's no way you can't have the confidence that you're not going to get it done. And when things do go wrong, we pick each other up. It's not like, oh, well, you messed up, so now we're not going to talk to you. We pick each other up. We let them know that we got their backs. Especially pitchers, we as the corners, we go in and tell them, let them hit it to me. Let them hit it to me. And then as batters, we just try to pass it down to the next person.
Patrick, you never get this far in the season without at least one extra inning game. You realize this is the first
No, I didn't. Darn it. You jinxed us, Tommy. I didn't realize that.
Usually you've been through it though, and you
I know. I thought it was going to be like Georgia a couple years ago with Peyton up to bat, but it was just a great game.